Well, hello there internet, my name is Paige Bothma and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about mental health awareness and some advice and tips on how to stay mindful, stay safe and how to get through the Christmas period. So, I've been thinking about making this video for some time, not necessarily just for Christmas, but in general. I wanted to give my opinion, speak out in my big loud voice about what I think, what I've learned through my own journey, my partner's journey, and to tell people that you can overcome it. And that's what we're going to do today. So, a little bit about me. I suffer from anxiety, severe anxiety, meaning that I don't go out in public without my partner or someone who I explicitly trust. And when I say that, I mean I have to trust them enough to think that if I was in danger, they would help me. Because I would lay my life down for anyone who I love. My anxiety is triggered by social interaction, the fear that someone's out to get me, which is it's a lot to put out there, and I'm sure in videos to come I will delve a little bit more into it, but right now I think that's enough for me. And you may think, well, if you have social anxiety, why are you sat on YouTube talking about mental health, Paige? Well, the reason being is anxiety made me feel like I lost my voice. I felt like I couldn't stand up for myself. I felt like I couldn't express my opinion. I couldn't express my creativity, my journey, my life events. I felt like I had no one to talk to. And due to that, I pushed everyone away. My friends, my family, my fiance, my colleagues who I was working with at the time, I pushed everyone away to protect myself. And in the long run, I just made myself worse because I had people to talk to, but now I don't. And it's so difficult to put it into words what your mind is going through. Because for those who have never gone through anxiety or depression or any mental health illness, it is so difficult to put all your memories, all your darkest, deepest secrets, all your insecurities into words and express to people how you're feeling, to express to people that I'm not okay and I need help. And there are some signs and symptoms which some people may not realise are signs of anxiety and depression or mental health. So if a loved one, a friend, an acquaintance is too quiet or strangely bouncing around the room for no reason, or they're not quite themselves, they seem uncomfortable or agitated and irritable, or exhausted and tired, or snappy, then just ask them if they are okay. That little bit of interaction can change their day and brighten their mood and bring them up. We as a community, we as people, humans, family, we should all be building people up. We shouldn't knock people down for what they're thinking, what they're wearing, what they look like, their size, their height, their colour, their race, their gender. We shouldn't knock people down. We should be building people up and bring them all closer together. And this video is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to call out to the people who may be suffering with mental health, who feel like they have no one to talk to, who need to know that there's somebody out there who's going through the exact same thing as you are. everybody's anxieties, everybody's depression is different. Not one person's mental health issues are going to be the same as somebody else's. Everybody has their own triggers. But finding something neutral, which having mental health itself will bring you together, and that's one step closer to overcoming it, to being free. And that myself is something that I'm trying to deal with, is loosening those chains of mental health issues and setting myself free. And I would like to go on a journey with you guys and do it alongside some of you who may be going through the same thing. So today I've got some tips and tricks on how to stay sane, safe, but also enjoy Christmas and this wonderful time of year while struggling with mental health. And there are some horrible, crazy statistics that I am going to read out to you guys about suicide. And suicide is a very touchy subject for many people, I'm well aware, but I think it should be known how many people are committing suicide due to mental health illnesses, due to life at home, struggles, money, bills, jobs, fallings out with people. It should be known the figures of the population we are losing on a yearly basis due to not having enough support, enough community for mental health. So I will advise that if you should need mental health help or any help at all regarding your brain, your body, call the NHS crisis line, which is 111, and they can help you. They will sit and talk to you and help you deal with what is going on, and they will get you in touch with some counsellors or therapists or psychiatrists, which will get down to the bottom of why you have depression or anxiety and why you are feeling the way that you are. I myself have gone through CBT, which is cognitive behaviour therapy, and I found it helpful. I did. It gave me insight onto how my brain is working, why it is working that way, and how I can help myself along to overcome certain anxieties. Now, the only way to beat your fears is by doing them more often. And that is something that I've really struggled with, but I'm getting there, and so will you. You guys are so brave, so brave to be dealing with anxiety and depression, especially if you are doing it by yourself. But know that you are not alone. You guys are not alone. And I cannot stress that enough. You have people around you, even strangers, who are out there to help and get you through this time of your life. And once you overcome it, you'll be so proud of yourself that you have. And you'll never realise how strong you actually are. But know deep inside that you are beautiful, you are loved, and you will overcome this. So, my statistics here on my little notebook is according to Samaritans, www.samaritans.org, on their website they have said that in the UK and the Republic of Ireland, suicide rates in men are more than 3 times higher than in women. Now, I can only imagine that is because men or women, whoever, even myself, my partner who suffers with mental health, feel like they are a disappointment, feels like they have failed, that they're letting people down, that they're not good for anything, but that is not true. And it does take a long time, I'm not going to lie, it does take a long time to learn and realise that you may not be perfect, but nobody else is perfect either. Nobody else is perfect either. And you're not a failure. You're not letting anyone down. You will overcome it. And there is help out there. There is www.samaritans.org. There is www.nhs.co.uk. There are, whichever area of the country you're from in the UK, I'm sure there's plenty of places you can go for counselling, for therapy, for support, even community run groups. I know there's places which gather in a certain community to help people around them who are suffering with these kind of things. According to www.ons.gov.uk, in 2016, so last year, there were 5,668 registered suicides in the UK. 4,287 of those were male and 1,381 were female. Those figures are absolutely crazy. To think of all those people who ended their lives due to stresses, work-related problems, home-related problems, anxiety, depression, the feeling of not being able to go on anymore, the feeling of loneliness. I find that so difficult to register. And all it takes is one message of hope to let that person know that you're thinking of them. Let that person know that you're there. And they could all be here right now. And it is so upsetting that there's not enough help out there for those suffering with mental health. But the help that is there, we need to grasp it. We need to take hold of it and use it to our advantage to get us through it. So, on a lighter note, I have some tips, advice, tricks on how to stay mindful over the Christmas period. So, we all know that everybody likes to have a drink and be merry over the Christmas period. I mean, who doesn't? A little bit of a party, a little bit of a boogie. And alcohol can lift our spirits. Get it? Spirits. But at the same time, it also affects our mood. And as high as your mood can raise, your mood can also plummet straight to the ground. And we need to avoid that. So be merry, but also be sensible. Look at how much you are taking in. Make sure you're eating properly to soak up the alcohol so you're not completely comatose on the floor by 5 p.m. Be sensible is all I ask. Stay safe, because exceeding amounts of alcohol can take you to antisocial behaviour, irritability, changes of moods, you name it. Alcohol is a depressant, so like I said, as much as it can make you feel good, after a while it's going to make you feel bad, even the next day. So try to avoid lows, excessive amounts of alcohol and stressful situations, and you can have a very merry Christmas with alcohol and food. Speaking of food, it is important to maintain a diet and to maintain weight to avoid lethargy and irritability during winter months. So it is easy to stuff and just chill out, and then over the next coming days go hungry because you're so full from Christmas Day or whatever. But those 3 days your body goes into starvation mode. So even though you had eaten on Christmas Day, the 3 days afterwards your body is storing the fats that weren't digested. because it thinks that it's not going to get any more food, because you don't feel hungry, but you still need to eat to keep your digestive system going, to break down the fats, to break down any toxins, and to keep your immune system up. So maintaining a diet and eating regularly, small but often, can keep you happy to an extent and energetic even over the Christmas. The way to be energetic is to get involved, engage with others, go out, exercise, socialise, support and engage with others who may be suffering with the same as you. Interact with people, because interacting with others, family, friends, loved ones, even a colleague party, interacting with others releases oxytocin in the body. Now, oxytocin is something which improves heart function, brain function, and your immune system. Now, you can't tell me that going out and socialising, having a good time, can do all those things? Well, I'm here to say that yes, they can. It releases this, I don't know what it's called, but oxytocin. It releases oxytocin into the body, and it improves heart, brain, immune system. Now, that is a good deal. 3 for the price of 1, just to go out and have a good time. Yes, please. Now, my next step is to stay in touch. As much as it is lovely to go out and socialise, engaging with people, it is important to stay in touch with those around you. Let them know that you are okay. And if you're not okay, speak to them. Indulge into conversation. Let them know why you're not okay, or let some things out of your mind and just talk. Talking is the greatest therapy there is to express feelings, emotions, anything that's going on in this wonderful brain of ours. Talking is the way, it's like typing on a computer and printing it out. That is what talking is, and it is the best way, I believe, to get your thoughts out there, to let people know what's going on, to speak your mind, to stand up for what you believe in, to have an opinion, to be counted. Talking is the greatest therapy. So stay in touch, talk about your problems, help people with their problems, and maybe they can help you. But on the other side of that, try to relax. Now, relaxing, you can meditate, you can have a nice bath, you can take yourself away from stressful situations during the holidays and just have a couple minutes to yourself to let your mind relax, your body relax, and, really be mindful about what's going on. Listen to some mindful podcasts, music if it helps you. I know like whale sounds and things can relax the mind, but just taking a few moments from yourself, away from any hustle and bustle, is a good way to relax. Just lay on the bed for 5 minutes and have a little chill out. And I can assure you that you will enjoy things a lot more if you're more relaxed, more in tune with the people around you. Talking about relaxing, next is my favourite thing, is sleep. I love me some sleep. I'm not going to lie. Sleep is the one thing I look forward to every day, because it means that I get to really relax my body. I can chill out. I can be in the comfort of my own bed. I can have a little cuddle, and I can get away from the hecticness of the day before. So avoid disturbing your sleep routine as much as possible. Try to settle down before sleeping. So don't be on your phone and then put it down and go to sleep. Try and come off of the phone for at least an hour before, or the TV an hour before, because the light stimulates the brain, so the brain doesn't actually rest until you are in a deep sleep. Your brain is still listening to sounds, picking up light while your eyes are closed, and that stimulates the brain. which means you won't get a full night's rest. You won't sleep properly until you are in the deep sleep. Try to, I would say 12 hours, but try to get as much sleep as you can without going over the top. I try to go to sleep at about 10 or 11 and I wake up about 9. So that is a good amount of sleep in my eyes. But everybody is different. Try not to be disturbed. Try to calm and relax, and if you need to go toilet during the night, try not to turn any lights on, because once again that wakes up the brain a bit more and then it's more difficult to fall asleep again, which means you have disturbed sleep. You're likely to be up in God knows hours of the night and it's just not healthy. So that is my tips and tricks on how to stay clear-minded, mindful and healthy during the winter. I hope this has been really helpful. It might sound like a load of rubbish, but it's my first video and I'm really trying my best, and I really want to be here to support you guys. So you can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you would like any information, if you would like a conversation, tips, tricks, leave me a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you guys next time. Thank you very much. If I don't see you before, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye guys.